Hello, hi, my name is Mariia Schu and I'm an architect and guide. I think that the autumn weather is not the reason not to enjoy your weekend. Today I'm in my hometown in St Petersburg, Russia. So let's start the day, shall we? As you know from my previous video, St. Petersburg is the cultural capital of Russia. But do you also know that that's a food one? There is a huge choice of cafes and restaurants in the city, and today we are going to visit a couple of my favorite ones and maybe even something new for me. Are you intrigued? Personally, I am. But as you know, first things first, and as the first to do, we are going to go and drink coffee. Without any doubt, my favorite coffee place in St. Petersburg. In this video, I will put a couple of nice days that I had in my hometown and show you what is actually happening in Russia nowadays. My favorite coffee place is located in the center of the city next to Fontanka River. Owners are very passionate about the coffee. The place was opened in 2012 and still is very popular. They are doing the best espresso in town, according to my rating of course, just for 70 cents. Can you believe this price? Amazing, no other words. I like to come here, take an espresso and drink it outside, almost in any kind of weather. Next stop will be a cultural one. We will visit the Russian Museum, a newly opened exhibition of the famous Russian painter of the 19th century. That's not my favorite type of art, let's put it this way. Many of the paintings of this time are simply boring for me. However, the art of this painter transports me to Italy immediately, to the sun and happiness. And who doesn't like this? We booked a tour, but the guide was so-and-so, and the group was way too big, so no pleasure. Therefore, we went to self-explore the exhibition. Brulov was a famous portrait painter of his time. Back then, there was no photography, so rich and famous for ordering portraits, and Karl made them colorful and full of life, fashion and admiration. Brulov did a cupola for the main St. Petersburg Cathedral, St. Isaac's. That is his sketches from the 19th century. To me, however, they look like they could have been a modern art. In the pre-last section, one can admire his watercolors and his sense of humor. Here, I recommend to spend a bit more time and admire the precision of his hand and the brightness of his mind. And that made me think that his paintings are Russian cultural code, because we grew up with them. After a cultural few hours, it's very important to have some proper food. This we learned by now. So not far away from Russian Museum you can find a relatively hidden place, very popular. So book a table is must. We did. So we didn't wait in a line and immediately went to meet with another friend of mine. I'm a new YouTuber and my friends give me incredible support. So here I want to thanks to my friends and family for the great support. This place is so popular because of a good food, Asian cuisine. In our times, the prices here are also amazing. So I got this red dumplings with shrimps. From my Samsung times, I love eating with sticks. My colleagues taught me how to use them properly. As a second course, I took a spicy beef. Also can recommend. Girls decided to drink coffee in a different place and combine it with a light walk. St. Petersburg as a city was inspired by Amsterdam. I already mentioned this in the video about it, but here there is a proof. Boats are everywhere. This evening, Irina surprised me with a nice bouquet of flowers. Needless to say, that's a magical thing for a woman. We got to another specialty coffee place. The choice of them in the city is very big. I have a theory that if the weather is often grey, coffee helps you to survive the dark times. Demand creates the proposal. I took here a dessert with cream cheese. That's another very Russian thing. Attention! Irina reminds you here that you shall leave a like and subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed the video so far. Thank you! With the walk of the confident women, I finished my meeting with these lovely ladies. Sunsets can be fantastic in this city. New restaurant for me and another girl date. Look at these amazing cocktails. They are alcohol-free. Food was also sophisticated. Look how delicious is that? After gossiping about everything with my girls, I went to do some shopping. I fell in love with the earrings from the Georgian designer and went to check them out into the stylish shopping center. I came for these big blue ones, but left with the more suitable for me white small wind stars. I'm not the person who stores my new things in a closet. Are you? So I dressed up and went for the theater. This is one of the most famous theaters in Russia, Mariinsky. In autumn, it's getting really dark very quickly in St Petersburg, so it's good reason to spend your late evenings watching ballet. Obviously, before the start, you go to the main hall and check out other people. In Russia, people tend to dress up to events like this, and this makes it more exciting and entertaining. I bought tickets as a gift for my aunt and myself to watch the short series of 4 ballets with the theme Russian seasons. The hall of the theater can accommodate 1,800 visitors. The interior of the theater is still like it was originally built. The amazing Clubhound is also from the 19th century, called the Clock with Cupids, because there are 12 women dancing with cupids around the chandelier. When I was a kid, I was going to the theater just for sweets in the intermission. I grew up, but things didn't change much. Ladies and gentlemen, second typical Mariinsky order. While I'm drinking my coffee, guess in the comments below the most typical Mariinsky order. Do you have any ideas? There are autumn sunny days in St Petersburg, and the city shines even brighter. I love walking along the embankments and watch the travel ships with tourists riding until the river is fully frozen. Next to another river, there is a cathedral that was inspired by the St. Peter's in Vatican. St. Petersburg is the most European city among Russian big towns. The architecture is a combination of Amsterdam, Helsinki, Italy, and a bit of French. All of this is filled with Russian hospitality. Through the beautiful yellow autumn, we are walking today to another museum. I go here each time I'm in St. Petersburg. We are going to the Hermitage. This time I came to say hi to my favorite halls and paintings, like this grand hall and the hanging garden, to one of the Da Vinci's Madonna and another one as well. The guy's favorite hall. By the way, if you want to find a guy in the Hermitage, go here. Check the entrance to the new Hermitage and the building of it. Designed by famous Leo von Klenze, German architect and the author of the Munich Pinakotheken, our collection of Dutch art. And lots of gold. Even for me, I have to admit it was a bit too much. But, well, we always try to impress. More over-the-top halls and boudoirs. And my already by now a bit exhausted face. Lastly, quick glimpse to a handsome man of the 19th century, and it's time to leave. Here it's important to stop with the culture at some point. For a coffee, we went to an unusual but popular place, don't be surprised. To a bookstore. I love both the pastry and the coffee here and decided to treat myself. In this weather that was getting cold and dark in a blink of an eye. This bookstore has 2 main halls. One is a second-hand bookstore and another one for new books. I wanted to find a special book to buy, so I was trying to find it at first among pre-loved ones. Wasn't lucky though. So I went to another part of the store. I like how bright and colorful the place is. It feels like a kid's wonderland. Here in a new section I was lucky to find my book. I read this book in school, but I wanted to discover it again in my adult life. And really, there are suddenly all these new meanings to the familiar things. I like to see so many people here. The city, by the way, is named to be the most reading Russian city. But surely Moscow people would unreasonably argue. As I mentioned, there were impressions from a couple of days in my hometown in autumn. From here now I'm finishing my video from St. Petersburg. It's already cold, but you see ships are still passing by along the canals, and I hope someday you will have a chance to visit the city and my tips will be very handy. But now I want to thank you for watching, and until next time, ciao!